What's up, you guys? This is Devin with CFXTV Studios, back with another video, and today we're going to be messing around with Magmod modifiers here. Here we have the MagBounce and this spherical mag, you know what it's called. I'm going to put it in the video. But basically we're going to be testing out both of these. We're going to have them on this light stand. We have this Godox speedlight or flashpoint zoom speedlight. We're just going to put it on here, see what kind of light quality we get on our face, and compare the two. But you have to disclose that kind of stuff, you know. Alright, we got the MagSphere, I think that's what it's called. And then we have the MagBounce, which we're going to have to this here.
Interesting.
Yeah, it has to be extra. I wonder if it's out of the shot. Let me bring it down just a little bit here.
Very interesting.
Alright guys, we're in post and we got the two images up. The first image right here that you're looking at is from the MagSphere. You remember that modifier that I couldn't say the name of? Yeah, that's the MagSphere. Now that's the circular one, of course. And then we have the second image, which is the MagBounce. Now, personally, out of these two, I actually like the second one, taken by the MagBounce, but I actually use the MagSphere a lot more on location because it's smaller, it's easy to not knock off my speedlight, and it works rather well. But I'm actually loving the light quality coming from the MagBounce, not the MagSphere. Now let's go back to the MagSphere image. We noticed that it's slightly back focused. Don't tell me in the comments below. It's not about focus right now. It's about light quality. To understand light quality, if you don't know how to, I guess, diagnose light quality or check it out, you actually look at the shadows first. And the shadows are probably the easiest to figure out. Now, if you're an advanced photographer, you probably can look at the highlights and tell the quality of light. You can tell directionality and all this other stuff. But look at the shadows and it'll show you everything you need to know pretty much about the light. And I know it's back focused a little bit. But right here in the shadow area, we definitely have a little bit of, I would say, feathering. It's a little soft. It's not the heaviest light, but it's definitely a hard light source. That means it gives you heavy shadows and heavy highlights. It's a very unforgiving type of light modifier. It's not terrible, but at the same time, it's not the most flattering that you can get. As a matter of fact, if you wanted to get the most flattering, you get the biggest light source you possibly could and bring it as close as you possibly could. It really just lets a lot of the light through. It diffuses the light, but it doesn't soften the light that much. You know, the bigger the actual modifier, the softer your light is. So let's look at the next image. And like I said before, the light is a lot softer. Look at that. Look at the shadow. Let's zoom into the shadow a little bit. And I know focus a little bit better on this one. But look at the shadow. It's like, it's starting to disappear. And it's a lot more flattering on the face here. You notice? Let's go into the highlights now. Now, you can also look at the shadow under the chin, but the shadow under the chin is a little bit heavier than the shadow in the background because we were able to bring the subject off of the background. And chances are when you're in a situation, your tight location, you probably want to bring the subject off the background so the shadow isn't as prevalent. But we didn't move the subject from image to image. So that means she was in the same spot, which means the shadow has the same amount of depth for each shot. Now, when we look at the highlights are a lot more flattering. The tones of her skin really blend in closer together. People want to see a softer rendition of their face because that's more like reality. Our eyes can't see every single pixel and every single pore in our skin, almost like our cameras can. So it looks very harsh when you can't either retouch or bring a softer light source into play to help you out. But I gotta say, this MagBounce looks great. But let's go back to the MagSphere here. And like the MagSphere is good. You notice that the camera actually metered the white balance a little bit more reddish. It has more orange undertones. I wonder why the camera did that. All right, guys, let's get back to the video and see what we're talking about.
So just like I'm telling Jenny right here, it's a very distinct difference between both of these. I actually like the MagBounce a little bit better because it really feathers out the shadows. It really does a lot better with handling a flash that's almost directly in front of her and reads pretty much circulating the light, bouncing it off a whole bunch of different surfaces and bringing it back to her face in a flattering type or flattering sense. Now, we do have white walls, to be a disclaimer, but as you can see, this kind of pushes it away from the white walls and directly in the way that it wants to. It doesn't have to, you don't have to be forced to bounce it off of a ceiling and get a weird color cast. It actually is all contained and redirected out towards the model there. So I'm done with CFXTV Studios. This is Jenny. You want to say anything, Jenny?
Hi, I'm Jenny Geska.
You guys have seen her before. But yeah, definitely check out my other videos if you want to know more about her. But this is our wonderful model, and she came out to play today with this little comparison. Stay tuned for the next episode.